It's Patrick Beatty Reviews, the #1 for news. It's Patrick Beatty Reviews, #1 for news. Yeah. Tune in, get up. Yeah, what's up?
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
What is up, my Gaggle of Geeks, and welcome to my review of The Mauritanian. This is a film that just came out, actually it's coming out tomorrow. It's a story about Mohamedou Salahi, who's fighting for his freedom after being detained and imprisoned in Guantanamo Bay. This is a person who, on both sides of the spectrum, everybody is suspecting him of being somebody that orchestrated the plane attacks on 9/11. You have the government on one side with Benedict Cumberbatch being a lead prosecutor to try to keep him in bars, to keep him detained. And then you have Jodie Foster and Shailene Woodley's characters on the other side that are trying to secure his freedom, because with Guantanamo, there was just nothing as far as like due process or anything that would necessitate an actual like court appointed like stuff that's going on. Plus, none of them really know what's really happening behind the scenes when it comes to this film. So you have a couple different characters with that. So Benedict Cumberbatch is here, and then you have Jodie Foster and Shailene Woodley's characters here. The story of Mohamedou is told in flashbacks. They actually even changed the aspect ratio to look like an old school type of story. And overall, this is a film that kind of might be a little bit dated already, but still is a truth-seeking film that does open up to try to explain more about what the government was thinking back in the days when Guantanamo Bay was a big thing that was very much detaining a lot of people without any due process or really knowing anything about what the truth was, and discovering that. So in those portions of the film, when it's actually dealing with Guantanamo Bay, showing just how horrible things were for people there, it's very powerful. It's tough to watch in those cases, and it definitely shines a light where I don't think a lot of Americans or the general public, whether you're American or not, really know what happened in Guantanamo Bay. This is based off of the books that were written by this person, Mohamedou, who is a real person, about his time during Guantanamo Bay, and it covers the first 7 years of his lifespan. So this is during kind of the Bush administration, the Rumsfeld. I don't really know what I'm saying with that. Donald Rumsfeld with all of his stuff, signing on to stuff for Guantanamo Bay. What I can say about this is, while I think the performances are actually fairly strong, I think Jodie Foster does a really great job. Benedict Cumberbatch has a Southern accent, which is kind of crazy to me to listen to. Usually when you hear this towering like Sherlock voice, then suddenly you get this Southern twang to it. It's very weird. Zachary Levi is in it, as well as one of Benedict Cumberbatch's friends, and Shailene Woodley, of course, is the under to Jodie Foster's main lawyer. What I had a couple issues with this. First of all, is that it feels dated already, mainly because I feel like we have talked about Guantanamo Bay, especially in the first 7 years during the Bush administration. What surprised me about this film, and I guess maybe I should put up that there's going to be a spoiler on this here. I'm going to switch this over. Quick spoiler alert. All right, so quick spoiler alert. I'm going to spoil the end of the film. The end of the film, like many of these films that are kind of a look at a biopic, will tell you what happened to the characters afterward, right? The film ends off making you believe that maybe there's a chance that this guy's going to have some freedom. And right when they do that, they show something that basically says, after 7 more years of him being incarcerated, because the Obama administration appealed the chance for him to get out of Guantanamo, he ended up staying an additional 7. I think he was there for 14 years in total. But they really just blow past that. Like, literally, they tell you this story isn't over while ending the story. I don't know whether I think we all know fairly well at this point that the Bush administration, Donald Rumsfeld, everybody that was involved, Dick Cheney, all were doing some shady shit, and were messing with democracy, especially when it came to due process in Guantanamo Bay. What we really don't know a lot about, first of all, is the fact, because we're going political with this, we might as well go political with it, that Obama kept Guantanamo Bay open, even though that was one of his promises when he went into office, and he was there for 8 years. 7 of the years this guy was there. So it wasn't until the last year of the Obama administration even that he was able to get out. Now, I do think that that is a side that we really do not know too much about. And for them to kind of gloss over that as if it was nothing, really to me made this movie feel first dated because they're talking about way back, like 7 years before those 7 years, and then not really tell the complete and full story. So it's very interesting that Kevin McDonald chose to work on the first, focus on the first 7 years and not focus on anything else. Also, the backstory, when they cut back to the backstory, and by the way, the actor that plays Mohamedou Tahar Rahim, he does an incredible job. He definitely is basically the linchpin of the whole thing. He's the heart of the story, and you do very much care about his situation and feel for him. But whenever they do the flashbacks, they change this. It changed to this strange aspect ratio. I don't know if I can cut to it here. It kind of looks like, let's see if I cut to the. Nah, I won't do it. Shoot. Oh well, it looks completely out of the ordinary. It looks almost fantasy like, and did take me out of the movie. I did not see any reason why they needed to change the aspect ratio to explain his backstory. It served to just kind of throw me out of the entire film overall. But at the same time, the film itself, just when you're watching it, it does not feel like you're learning any new information about what was going on. And I think a big point of film like this are to shine a light on the dark sides of political history, about characters, and they do that to an extent, but they don't go the extra mile that I think they needed to make this a unique film. Jodie Foster does a great job. Shailene Woodley is great. Benedict Cumberbatch, Zachary Levi. The story just did not measure up to these performances, and therefore it's not really a recommendation for me. I'd probably go a 6 out of 10 overall for this film. Check it out if you want to. I don't know if this is worth renting. Tonight, I'm going to be reviewing Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar, so please make sure to check out that later on. Once again, thank you so much as always for watching, and I will see you at the next review.